You're watching HCAM TV.
And welcome to the Gathering in Quarantine. Hi, Mike.
How we doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic on this nice hot summertime.
I know. Summertime, summertime. Well, I want to say hi and welcome to all of our viewers. I hope everyone is well and doing fine. And tonight's dinner is a Dog Day dinner. Now, if I can give you a little background about dog days of summer, to the Greeks and the Romans, the dog days occurred around the day when Sirius appeared to rise just before the sun in late July. Now, Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky. The name is derived from the Greek word Sirius for glowing or scorching. And when you think about it, Sirius, right? That could be why that broadcasting corporation chose that name for their company, Sirius, right?
Yep.
Brightest star in the sky. Well, they refer to these days as the hottest time of the year, a period that could bring fever or even catastrophe. And that period ran from July 22nd, today, to Saturday, August 22nd. So it's just a month long. And given all of that, tonight's menu, there's no cooking. So on the menu, we have watermelon and goat cheese salad, shrimp with couscous, tahini green beans, and cool tiramisu. Now, doesn't that all sound great?
Sounds fantastic.
No cooking, except for maybe water in the microwave, and that's nothing, right?
Oh, yeah, because you need that for the couscous, right?
That's right. And also part of the cool tiramisu.
Okay.
But we'll get to those because we're going to start with the tahini green beans. And what I have here is 1 pound of green beans, and you want to make sure you get the freshest green beans, and you're going to slice them in half lengthwise, okay? And you're not going to cook them. They are going to sit and marinate in a 1/4 cup of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of tahini, 2 tablespoons of water, and 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Now, I couldn't find tahini, so I had to make it. So I got some sesame seeds, and what you do, you throw it in the food processor with some sesame oil, and you process it until you get a nice taste. So that's what we did. So what we're going to do is we're going to add those ingredients to this bowl. Then we're going to mix everything up. And then we're going to put the green beans in here, give it a good mix. And then that's it. And then these are going to sit and marinate until dinner. Okay? So I have the serving plate ready.
Yep.
And as you can see, it's getting a nice, thick, pasty consistency. Smells really good. All that sesame. And then, now, when you do that, you've got these beans, right? When you slice them in half, you're going to see the beans inside. So it's your option. You can take the little beans and, take them out of the bean itself. And then you can use those like edamame, right?
Okay.
Throw those into a salad. I chose to leave them in the beans. Okay. So I'm going to mix this up. And that's it. So basically, these are raw. Okay, and because they're very fresh and cut lengthwise in half, it's gonna be a nice, refreshing dish.
Sure, they'll be and you serve them cold, and they have a nice snap to them as well.
That's right. It's like they're al dente.
Correct.
But again, not cooked because these are the dog days of summer. And it's been like that for the past week, right?
Yeah, we had our first official heat wave just yesterday, right?
Yeah, that's right. So I am going to get rid of these. And then I'm going to put the beans off to the side. And that's tahini green beans. Now, how simple was that?
Now, what is the minimum amount of time you want to have them sit in the tahini?
You can let them sit for as short as an hour or as long as overnight.
Okay.
So it's a nice summer dish.
So you want to give it out. So that's why, again, because we're an hour show, you did that first, so it can sit the right amount of time.
That's right. Perfect.
Excellent.
And then it's on to our shrimp with couscous. So what I have here is a pound of shrimp. I have 2 cups of cherry tomatoes quartered. Actually, they're cut in half. It's the Greek olives that are quartered. I've got a cup of those. I've got a half a cup of feta cheese. Then I have a teaspoon of olive oil, 3 garlic cloves chopped. I have the juice of a half a lemon. And then I also have a package of couscous right here. And I've got 2 cups of water. So what I'm going to do first is put this in the microwave for maybe 3-4 minutes. I'm going to say 4 minutes. Oh. I have to stop that. And this is funny. Sorry, guys. I have to do this. When I'm running my AC, I can't run the microwave for longer than 2 minutes because I'll blow a fuse.
So obviously,
what can I say?
So obviously you've done that enough times that you know that 2 minutes is your limit.
Yeah, but to be on the safe side, I'm doing it at an hour. At an hour, listen to me, at a minute.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do when that's done, we're gonna add couscous. Now, because I've got all these flavors going on, I'm not adding anything to the couscous but the water.
Okay.
Because I want this to be basically by itself. And I like the couscous that's fine. And as you might know, couscous is pasta. It's
Correct.
not grain, it's not rice. And there's another kind of couscous, pearl couscous, which are bigger. But I prefer these little ones. I'm going to take my tomatoes. I'm going to add that to this dish along with my olives and my feta cheese. Now, tonight's menu, you've got the feta cheese here, and we have the goat cheese in the salad.
Right.
So we've got 2 of my favorite cheeses. I'm going to add the olive oil, and then the lemon juice, and then the garlic. And you'll notice I'm not using salt and pepper. The capers is going to take care of that salty
Yes.
taste
Yeah, that.
with the brine. Okay? into the couscous. And again, I mean, how simple is this, right? Your shrimp is already cooked. I took the tails off and that was it. And that's real simple too, you know? You get the shrimp, even with your fingers, you don't even need a knife to get the tail off.
Sure.
Just pinch and pull, and it comes right off.
And all the prep work that you did before that is probably what, about 15 minutes?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, between cutting everything and snapping the tails off the shrimp, that was it. And again, no cooking, nice and cool. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah, because the last thing you want to do on a day like today is to actually turn on your oven for
Right.
anything, you know?
Right.
Nobody does.
Right, exactly. So this menu was put together in that vein. Dog days of summer. When you hear dog days, what is that from the 70s? Dog Day Afternoon?
Dog Day
With Al
Afternoon.
Pacino
Yeah, great movie.
and John Cazale. Yes.
Well, Terry, I have another fun fact about your microwave.
Oh, okay.
Not only will it blow your air conditioner circuit breaker, but it also slows down your internet connection.
Does it really?
Every time that you ran it, we got a little slowdown on your internet. You can watch it on the replay.
Will do. So I added the water to the couscous and made sure everything was nice and even. And you're gonna cover it.
And why do you cover it?
So that the steam can cook the couscous.
Okay.
Okay?
So this is nothing that you, like regular pasta, that you put into boiling water. You put the water into the pasta.
That's right. And because they're the little specks, you're not draining it. Okay? So the boiling water is going to expand the couscous.
Right.
The steam will cook it.
Right. Now, if you did it the other way, like regular pasta, you would have a bowl of mush when you're there, right?
If I did regular pasta,
No. I'm saying if you put the couscous in boiling water like you do with pasta,
oh,
you would have a bowl of mush when you're done?
no, it would just be like reversing the order of it. You're still going to get the end result.
Okay.
If you pour the water in the couscous or pour the couscous into the water,
Gotcha.
you're going to get the same result.
So you can do it either way. Okay, that's what I was checking, because I never made couscous. That's why I'm
Oh,
asking.
yeah, you should. It's very
Okay.
good, very easy, quick, 5
It
minutes,
look-
you're there.
Yeah, it looks very simple.
Absolutely. And you
Very
can
simple.
add anything to it, vegetables, olive oil, sesame oil, whatever. And it's a nice side dish as well. I mean,
Okay.
we're gonna mix it up tonight, but yeah. So this can sit for 5 minutes. And meanwhile, we've got, the rest of the ingredients. Now the flavors are blending and melting and coming together. So that's good. And next, if you like,
Yep.
we can move on to the salad.
This I want to see.
And the salad, you can see what I have here. I have 4 cups of greens, mixed greens, small watermelon. I have goat cheese. Now, the recipe calls for honey goat cheese. I couldn't find it. So guess what I'm going to do? And
You're
of
making
course,
the honey goat
it's a
cheese.
gathering, right?
Sure.
Improvise. because you still want the taste. And here are hazelnuts that I processed in the food processor. And for the dressing, we have olive oil, we have lemon, and we have red wine vinegar. So what I'm gonna do first, let's dump the greens in my salad bowl over here.
Okay.
Okay, because we're gonna need this for when I cut this baby. And look what I have my
Yes, yes. I'm gonna turn away in 2 minutes right here.
look 3 knives because I didn't know which knife was gonna do the job. So I thought I'd give it a go. Right? And I'm going to turn that over so I don't hurt myself and cut it this way. Because I would not like to lose a finger. Right?
I mean, this video could go viral if you did.
Oh my, I don't think so. I don't want to do that.
I don't want you to do it either.
But this big knife is certainly helping. I don't watch horror movies, and I don't like big knives. So, of course, because one of the horror movies, right? Someone's always chasing someone down with a knife.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So, we need 4 cups of watermelon. So I'm just going to slice the watermelons, right? So, how do you get through the dog days of summer, Mike?
Well, that watermelon is definitely one of the ways that I used to do it, and that was always a treat to come home to. It seemed like every day in the summertime, we always had watermelon at the house, and it just seemed like it wasn't just a barbecue thing, it wasn't just a picnic thing, it was an everyday thing.
Right. And how refreshing in a salad, right?
Well, this is why I was so interested, because I never had it in a salad. And when you sent me the recipe on Sunday, I was floored when I saw that off the bat, and I'm there. Oh, I got to see this together.
Oh yeah, it's actually quite popular in the summer, and depending on where you go, if you're traveling, California, Florida, any of those warm states where they have it year round.
Well, it definitely seems like a California thing.
Yeah. I know, California, huh? Don't you love California?
I tell you that they're so far ahead of us all the time.
I love it. It's just so beautiful out there. And what's beautiful about that state is no matter where you are, you want to go to the beach, you go to the beach. You want to go to the desert, you drive a couple of hours east, right?
Right.
You want to go skiing, drive to the mountains. I mean, you have it all whenever you want it. I don't know. And then you've got all that wine country. I don't know if you've ever been out there, but that's beautiful. Wine country and artichoke country, Carmel.
Carmel, absolutely, yep.
Where, what's his name? Was the mayor,
I felt,
right?
yeah, I fell in love with San Diego. The weather there was like
That's my
perfect.
favorite
Every day it was perfect.
Outside of the vineyard, La Jolla is my all-time favorite place. I have to say. Yeah.
So now I see you cutting that up in cubes. Could you get fancy and get like a melon baller and just make little balls of
Oh, you
melons?
could,
I mean,
absolutely.
it doesn't matter what shape you make them, right?
Nope, doesn't matter at all. Yep. And I think I have about 4 cups already, so I'm gonna leave these. Okay. Then I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay. Okay, so we have our watermelon, we have our greens, we have our goat cheese. Now I love goat cheese. I just do. I love most cheeses. I don't think there's a cheese out there that I don't like. And I'm going to drizzle the honey over the goat cheese. And I'll have the same result taste-wise.
Okay.
So just like making my own tahini. And if you can't find something that your recipe calls for, don't fret, you know, make it yourself or come up with an alternative. Especially if you really like the recipe. So I'm gonna put the watermelon in the salad. Now that's pretty, isn't it?
That is cute.
And instead of tomatoes, you've got the watermelon going on. So that's pretty cool, if you ask me. And then we're going to top it with the goat cheese, right?
Now is that cubed up or is it crumbles? I can't tell from here.
It's actually crumbled.
Okay.
It came in a little log, and I cubed that, and then the cubes turn into crumbles. Now, that is so good. So you've got the sweetness going on. You definitely have the sweetness with the watermelon. And then with your salad dressing, you're going to have a little bit of tartness, right? Because you have your olive oil, and you have your lemon juice, and you have your red wine vinegar. Again, you want to make sure your little mixer is all nice and snapped. And I'm going to wait before I pour this on. However, I have my chopped hazelnuts, and I'm just going to sprinkle those on. And then when you go to serve it, you'll make sure everybody gets some of it.
So this is definitely one of those salads you put the dressing on just before you serve it.
That's right. So, how's that?
A lot of colors going on there, a lot of different flavors. I can only imagine what that tastes like.
I know, just beautiful. Okay, so we put that aside. So you want to check and see how our couscous is doing? Think it's been 5 minutes?
I think it's been 5 minutes.
I think it's been 5 minutes.
Survey says.
Ooh. Now you see that?
Yep.
And then what you want to do,
Fluff it up.
fluff it up.
Fluff it up.
You can see it's fluffing up. Okay? And you just want to work it. And again, this is little pasta. So it's going to be nice. You break it up and keep breaking it up. Then what you're going to do, you're going to mix it in with this. Beautiful. Okay. You don't need 2 spoons. Use it here. And then I'm going to put that in here. Now this, you can feed maybe 4 people with this. Actually, I think I'm gonna grab my spoon again. Then you want to mix everything up. Now because I'm serving it in this, taking it a little easy so that I don't,
Right, because if you want to, you could have put that in a deeper mixing bowl and then poured it into that serving bowl.
That's right. I could have done it, but because I like for you to see what I'm doing it this way.
And what a fine way to demonstrate the dog's days of summer by doing less work and less, that means less cleanup afterwards.
That's right. Perfect. Yep. So that looks pretty good, right?
It sure does.
Now what we're going to do, we're going to take our shrimp and we're going to place our shrimp on the top, okay? So that when you serve it, your guests or your family are going to get a nice amount.
Now, what shrimp would you say is too big for that? Would you say that's a nice medium shrimp that you're using right there?
It is. It is. And honestly, Mike, you can use whatever you like. You want to put 4 of those colossal shrimp and you're having 4 people, each person gets 1.
Yeah.
Right? So it's all what you feel like and sometimes what you have on hand. Right? Because these can be purchased frozen and used when you need them.
Right. Now, normally, because we're doing a Dog's Day of summer dinner, you went with the frozen
I did.
because you didn't want to cook. Again, it was the whole point of not cooking. Other than that, this dish here, you might have cooked because how much you like to prepare the food yourself.
That's right. I'm just going to wash my hands for a bit. It's always good to wash your hands. And then I want to clear this off because I did get some spillage with the couscous. I'd like to keep everything nice and neat. Presentation is everything. And then we're going to take your fresh parsley and sprinkle it on top. Now again, use fresh. Don't use the dried because you want the flavor.
Right. Yeah, because you definitely get more flavor from fresh than you would from the grinds, even though you would still accomplish the same amount of color. Maybe not as deep as green, but you definitely don't get the flavor.
Right. So there, I think that's a good amount. I think. Yeah, just a little rinse hands because that can get a little sticky. So, how pretty is that?
Wow. I mean, that is just so colorful.
I know, isn't it gorgeous?
It almost matches the salad.
Almost. Almost. So, this is good. Now it's still past 7:30, and we have one more dish to do, right?
Yep.
One more dish. Should we go ahead and do it?
Might as well. You know what? Because I'm when you sent me this on Sunday and I'm reading the recipe, you brought me back to my, I don't know, 9, 10, 11-year-old self when I saw the vanilla wafers. Because normally we didn't have that unless my mother was making a tiramisu.
Well, here's the thing about tiramisu. And if you go to some of my other shows, I made one. I can't remember exactly what show it was on, but I made tiramisu. And usually tiramisus are made with ladyfingers.
Yes.
And this is an easy way to do it. This is with vanilla wafers. Okay? Now, I need hot water for the coffee, right? So I'm going to put this in the microwave for what? A minute.
A minute.
Slow bandwidth.
Well, so far so good.
Okay.
It takes a few seconds.
Okay, that's good. So, what I have here, the rest of the ingredients, vanilla pudding.
Yummy.
Okay, now how simple is this? We have vanilla wafers, cold, because those will be the garnish. We have vanilla wafers crushed. We have a teaspoon and a half of instant coffee granules, 2 tablespoons of hot water in the microwave. I have 2 snack cups of vanilla pudding. I have a tablespoon of cocoa, baking cocoa, and whipped cream. Okay, this is definitely hot enough. Okay, and what I have here, what are these? These are margarita glasses, right? But I'm going to use them as dessert receptacles because I think it's a nice presentation. So I'm going to take the hot water and kind of make instant coffee, if you will. And that melts right up.
Sure.
Which is beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to take this bunch of crushed vanilla wafers for one, and this for the other. Okay. Then I'm going to take the baking cocoa and just sprinkle that on the top. And this will give it a little cocoa chocolate flavor, which, hey, who doesn't like that, right?
Oh, everybody loves chocolate. Come on.
That's right. Then we're going to take the coffee and we're going to drizzle that. I'm going to use a spoon because I want to make sure that it gets drizzled over the cookies in a nice even manner. Okay. Now, all these ingredients, right? You have them on hand or very easy to get. And again, no baking, no cooking. And your family or friends can have a wonderful special dessert, right?
Absolutely.
So that's that. And then we're going to take this vanilla pudding, which normally you'd use mascarpone, right?
Correct.
Mascarpone. Now, I guess I can use this too.
Not in the city where I grew up. It was just straight old Jello pudding.
Ah, okay. Yeah, well, then you're going to love this recipe. Okay. And then, now basically it's like 2 cups per dessert here because I've got a pretty good sized bowl here. And then we just put that around so that when you dig down, you're going to get all those flavors and layers. So, that, okay. Good. That's about that, right? Now, the piece de resistance, whipped cream. So like that.
Don't be afraid of it. Add all you want.
Pull some in over here. Over here. Okay. Over here. Oh, Mike. That's a dangerous thing to tell an Italian.
Yes, it is.
Ooh, okay. And now we're going to adorn these with the leftovers. Okay, now you want to reserve these. Now the recipe calls for 4. You know me. I'm not doing anything easy.
Right.
Right? So I'm putting a lot on here. Because that's the way I roll. Just ask Chelsea.
There are no rules when it becomes time to be creative.
No. No. You just want to make sure you have enough because when you get vanilla wafers in the house, they don't last long.
No, they don't.
Right? Look at that. I didn't even plan on that. That's pretty cool, huh?
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Nice and simple, nice and easy, no work. And you haven't even broken a bead of sweat.
That's right. That's right. So now we're going to give these green beans another stir. Right? So you have your starch, your protein, your vegetables, and more vegetables here. Okay. Put that like so. You want to make sure that once you get it in your serving dish, you want to make sure you use all that nice sauce, that tahini marinade. And I guess I could have used a bigger bowl, but it's okay. We're not going far.
It's not gonna last long there.
That's right. That's for sure. Okay, and then we'll serve it with these. And there we have that. And I'm gonna try one. Oh my.
It's like a Lay's potato chip. You just can't stop with one.
It's fresh, crisp, al dente, even though it wasn't cooked. And again, because they're cut lengthwise, they're so thin. You don't need to cook them.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
And that is just so fast. It's so easy.
That's beautiful. I must say. Well, I guess
And so
it's time.
the
Open
wine
up
of the
the
night, white wine tonight, which I would agree with.
Yep. Yep. White wine. That works. Some Sauvignon Blanc because I like the dry wine, as you know, and that's good. Okay. So,
That is outstanding.
here's Stage Cam. I love you guys.
Oh, we love you. So, being the Dogs' Days of summer, and we're leading into the tail end of summer, you have a little announcement for our viewers?
Yes. The gathering in quarantine is going into hiding until August 26th, when I'll be back with some more new live shows heading into the fall and football and all that jazz. So that'll be fun.
Well, let's just hope football is back by the time you come back, too. That's still questionable.
Yeah, but you know they're starting baseball,
Yep.
right?
Started today.
So, yep. So, you know, they will have football, and I guess they're just not gonna have people too close.
Correct.
And there may not be as many people in the studio, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, you know, we won't be able to boo out the opposing team when they have the ball so that they can't hear the plays being called. But hey, at least it's gonna be football. I mean, if no one was in the stand, I'd be okay with that too. I just wanna watch football.
Yeah, you and me both. But just I want to see some real television, get some new sports on there. Because believe it or not, my least favorite sport to watch on television is golf. But because that was the only sport going on, I watched it.
Really? I used to golf. When we had our house on Martha's Vineyard, we were members at Farm Neck. And we golfed a lot at Saddle Hill and Hopkinton here.
Yep.
When it was Saddle Hill. Now it's Hopkinton Country Club.
Correct.
But I golfed more on the Vineyard, and that's where I really learned how to play. And it's a tough course. Saddle Hill is very hilly. I
Yes,
mean,
it
up
is.
and down, up and down.
Just like the rest of the town.
That's true. You know, people chuckle when I tell them that the high school football team is named the Hillers.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we have all sorts of hills. You got Saddle Hill, Snake Hill, Skunk Hill, Honey Hill. Oh my God, I'm forgetting half of them. But yeah, there's lots of hills in this town.
Yeah.
Well, Terry, this has been a fantastic run. We've been you worked your butt off. You made some fantastic meals.
I know. Pretty good,
And,
huh?
and what a way to end it. You know, here it is getting right into the hottest part of summertime. You didn't know, you knew you were doing the show, but you didn't know that we were going to be on our third day of a heat wave either.
I know.
You know, and it just worked out perfectly to the no cook except your microwave water. This was fantastic. I think it was wonderful, and I can't wait until we're back again at the end of August.
I know. It's going to be fun. It really is. I love doing this. And as we all know, I love to cook. I love to entertain. And, you know, when my guests are going to feel comfortable to get together, because we're not there yet.
Oh, not even close. No.
normal shows, but I still want to keep this.
Yeah, we're still going to keep this going here. We don't know what format, whether we're going to do it once a week, every other week, once a month, whatever we decide as the state, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts reopens to the world. And, you know, I'm dying to come in there and set up the camera and hang out for a party, you know?
I know.
And we know that's going to be a distance away, but it's a goal that we're all working towards.
Absolutely. And as we know, it will be the fun with fondue. I've got 7 fondue pots waiting to go.
Yes.
And I've got the menu all set to go.
That's
and
right.
It's like pretty amazing because we're having appetizer fondue, dinner fondue, and dessert fondue. So
Well,
it's going to be 3 segments of this dinner.
yeah, and I'm hoping that that's the portion that I actually get to be there for, because I just bought an old leisure suit. Nice and, I mean, you can't add any more polyester to this. It's just fantastic.
You know, one of my future shows, actually one of my future gatherings, was going to be a 70s gathering with the music and the clothes and the cuisine, you know?
Sure.
You were here for my Halloween party.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's nothing like getting a large group together and playing that music. And one of the 3 things that, no matter where you are in the world, that people get around: food, booze, and music.
Absolutely.
That's it. No matter where you are in the world,
It's all universal.
you can't speak the language. That's okay. That's okay.
It's great. All right, well, Terry, I think you did another fantastic job again. Everything looks great. I know you're going to enjoy that in a few minutes.
Definitely.
So I want to wish you a very wonderful vacation,
Thank you.
and we will see you again at the end of August.
Sounds good.
Cheers to H. Cam. Cheers to Terry Malisi.
Love you guys. Here's Stage Cam. Woo!
Take care.